Welcome back. It's the WFISD Sports Zone. I am Scott Hafley, Athletic Director for WFISD. The local temperature has dropped. It is no longer a daily average of 103. We're down to 95. And when it cools off, you know it's time for volleyball season. And today, we are talking all things high school volleyball. We're excited to have all of you back. Our listeners continue to grow. Just thank you so much for all the emails and phone calls that in appreciation of our middle school coordinators that we talked to the last 2 weeks. But we are back at the high school level. I have got our 3 head volleyball coaches, 2 of which this is their first year as the head coach. So let's start down here. Sarah Peterson at Hershey High School. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
It's great to have you here. How's everything going so far, first year?
First year, we are working hard. The girls, we have 7 seniors this year, and they're playing lights out, and we are just going to come out and compete as a team. We'll probably make some errors, but we'll probably make some plays too.
Great. And now, this is not your first year in WFISD.
No, sir.
So tell us, how long have you been in WFISD?
I have done 8 years at Kirby, and then I stepped out and went to Holiday for 2, and then this is my 3rd year at Hershey, so I feel like I'm back at home.
Great. Well, we're happy to have you back. Coach Gravitt, Wichita Falls High School. First year as our volleyball coach, also not your first year in the district. No. How are things going?
Going well, going well. Girls are working hard just like over at Hershey and playing hard. We're learning how to play with lots of energy and, as she said, making some errors, but making some plays as well.
Great, great. And now, where were you at? Tell everyone where you were coaching at before you took over as the head volleyball coach.
Last year and the year before that, I was at the junior high level at Barwise.
Great, thank you so much. And still at Ryder High School, Coach Humpert. How are things going with Rojo?
Good. We're going on a decade at Ryder now. This is my 10-year.
10-year anniversary.
Yeah, 10-year anniversary,
awesome.
And 10-year with Coach Cuba as my assistant. So kind of, I need get a program ad with a 10-year prom pose together or something like that. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Chad, can we make that happen? Can we get a prom picture with
Yes.
Coach Humpert and Coach Cuba?
That's right. What is it?
On it. Great.
What is 10 year? Is that the golden? What is that?
No,
No, that'd be
golden is
50.
50th.
No, sorry.
Yeah, you got a ways to go.
You got a little bit.
I think
Not yet,
10
but-
years is like wood.
Wood. Yeah, I got a wood box. That's what I'm going to give Coach Cuba. A wood
I don't
box.
know.
You know, let's talk about 10-year anniversaries.
That's great.
Because all 3 of you graduated from high school over 10 years ago. So,
Correct.
down the row, starting with Coach Peterson, tell me one thing that you remember about your 10-year high school anniversary.
Oh my gosh, like the reunion.
Yeah, like the reunion. Sorry, I said anniversary, the reunion.
I feel like when I went back with my bestie, we didn't really recognize all of the boys. They had all gotten fat. And the
Dad
girls,
bods. Dad bods.
Yes, and all the girls looked exactly the same.
Coach Gravitt, 10-year high school reunion, what do you remember?
Oh, this is kind of sad. I got in an argument with one of the people that came, and she didn't pay, and everybody else did, and so
So you got into a fight.
I didn't get a fight, just a slight argument that
The story
she,
sounds better if we say fight.
That's true, but it wasn't.
Gives you cred.
Argument that she needed to pay. Is that sad? That's what I remember, but it is.
Coach Hump, 10-year high school reunion.
That was during my major, 6-year pregnant stint. I had a baby every 2 years, so I was just pregnant. So there you go.
You were hot and you were tired.
Yeah, puffy,
Not feeling your best?
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, you know what we didn't say? We didn't talk about which high school you graduated from. Coach Peterson, tell everybody where you graduated from.
Big Spring High School.
Big Spring, Texas, out in the oil patch.
Yes, sir.
You always know you're in Big Spring because you smell the
Smell it.
refinery.
You smell
Yes?
money, right?
That is the smell. That's right. The beauty out there is under the ground.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Coach Gravitt,
Holiday High School.
Holiday High School. Awesome. Right here, local girl, born and raised, and coaching local. Love it. Coach Humpert,
Ryder Raiders, Born to Strive, senior class 2005.
2005.
I'm not saying that. It ain't happened.
So I'd already won a state championship and had my first head coaching job in 2005. That's how old I am. So I don't remember my 10-year high school reunion from Boswell, but gold, blue, and gold. Black is not in the uniform, Coach Ab. Get it out of there. All right, so here we go. We are talking volleyball. Coach, give us a season update. We start district play next Friday night. Give us a quick recap. How did non-district go? How did the tournaments go? And what should we look forward to in district play?
Super happy to just have tournaments so you get that culture built and that team unity, because that's really what it's all about. And getting the reps in, yes, but kind of just making those norms happen. And preseason, we had a lot of travel, a lot of good games, playing Byron Nelson, playing some top 4A teams, Stephenville, Argyle, and that was really fun to be a part of. Had bunch of sets. We had a bunch of games go to 5, but we got, we're learning from each set we take, and I'm excited to start district.
What's the best non-district win the girls have had?
Oh, Decatur. First
I knew
game,
that.
MSU Battle in the Dome.
I knew that was going to be the answer because you texted me. You were fired up that night.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, because Decatur's beat us the past 4 years,
Okay.
and they're an incredible program. Each coach that steps in there does an amazing job, and it just felt good to get a sweep in 3.
Good.
It
Well,
was
great.
nice.
Hey, great. We're looking forward to seeing you start district play next week. Now, Coach Gravitt, little different scenario. It's your first year. Talk about how things have gone in non-district. What the girls, what areas you're really focused on trying to improve before we start district play.
We're trying to improve on just becoming a team and having the right kind of energy, the right kind of vibe. I'm a little different with that. I love that side of volleyball. And so just teaching the girls how to play with energy and love each other and play together and play for each other. We've worked on that a whole lot. Tournaments did us really well, like she said, just that team culture, getting to be with just your team and team bonding really helped us out. And we played some tough teams. We played Crum, we played Wiley, we played Bushland. And so we played well with all of those teams. So it helped us build that team spirit together.
Awesome. Coach Peterson, Hershey Huskies, non-district, how did it go?
We've been, well, I can say the same as Coach Gravitt. We are working on team unity. We were working on progression, lots of progression. I love the fact that we go to tournaments when we get to work out different rotations and let the girls, not get used to something. But we're working hard.
So, Coach Peterson, who do you open up district play with next Friday?
We open up with Graham.
Graham Steers, big rivalry for Hershey, so that's going to be an exciting game.
It will.
Now, is that on the road or at home?
It is on the road.
On the road in Graham. You guys in the Hershey community head out to support the girls in their first district ball game. Love to see you guys get on the road and try to get that first victory. That's probably your toughest district opponent.
And yes, they always have a great program.
Yeah.
Graham's always hard to compete with.
Yeah, sure. Graham and Iowa Park both have really good, strong volleyball programs. So, hey, your girls will be fine. You get after them. Coach Gravitt, who do we open up with next Friday?
We are on the road at Azle.
The Azle Hornets.
Yes.
So, little known fact, I was actually born in Azle. My dad was the head basketball coach there when I was born. Much before all of you were born, but still have lots of friends in Azle. But I love to see them get beat.
I was fixing to say sorry.
So tell what's the outlook for that Azle matchup? How do you feel about it?
I feel good about it. Watch some film on them, and I know how we can play. We go in there with lots of energy, and I think we can take them.
Great, awesome, Coach Hump. Who we open up with?
Granbury at their house.
Okay, so we're all on the road next week. You're going to Granbury.
Yep.
Okay, how do we feel? What's the outlook for Granbury?
Granbury's tough, and everyone starts out 0-0, so it's a even playing field, and they're a good team. Every team's working hard, like Gravitt said, and I just hope the WFISD comes out with the win on Friday.
So our 5A district, on the girl, and really it's for all of the girls athletics. All of the schools on the girls side have very competitive teams.
Agreed.
You got Alito's in the district. You've got Brewer. You've got our 2 schools, and then Granbury. So I don't know that there's no circles on the schedule where you're like, we got the W on that night. You got to go and compete every week or 2 nights a week, every Tuesday and Friday.
Right. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, let's switch gears. Let's talk. Yes, sports is important. You're buried up with it, but hopefully this summer you got to spend some time with your family, go on vacation. Everybody take a turn. Start out, Coach Peterson. Summer vacation, summer plans. What'd you do that was fun? How'd you spend some time this summer?
Well, we actually took the boys to a basketball tournament in Sherman with some of the Hershey girls. They were playing their summer league, and then after that, we took everybody to Six Flags. And my boys have never been, so everybody. A lot of the girls hadn't been either, so we all had a great time.
Were your boys tall enough to do all the roller coasters?
They were, and the one child that I have that's scared of heights is the one that rode all the rides.
Okay, so what was their favorite roller coaster?
I don't know what it's called anymore, but it's the double loop-de-loop.
The Shockwave.
Is it the Shockwave?
That's a classic. Okay, great. Well, we didn't get to go to Six Flags this summer, but my son and I have been, and he loves it. So awesome. Coach Gravitt, what about you? What things you do this summer with the family?
We went to Port Aransas.
Okay.
Yeah, went to the beach with some of my side of the family.
Okay, did you guys do some fishing?
No, we did not.
Okay.
We just laid on the beach, played volleyball.
There you go.
There you go.
And
Okay.
played cornhole and visited, and I read a book, and
All right.
that's what we did. Just
Can't-
relaxed.
Can't
Yeah,
beat it. Love it.
very much so.
Coach Humper, what about your family?
We went to 2 mountains this year because we have an ATV, so we hooked up the baby in the car seat in the back and the kids with the helmet. We went up and down the rocks and just had a good old time picnicking.
Okay, where was that at? Where?
Angel Fire. We went to Angel
What?
Fire, then Crested Butte.
Angel Fire.
But I fell in
okay.
love with spike ball at Angel Fire.
Oh,
Not gonna
wow.
lie.
Okay.
It's my new favorite sport.
So we go to Angel
amazing.
Fire every year to ski. We love it in Angel
Okay.
Fire. And Elizabeth Sparks, who doesn't work in WFISD anymore, but she's a part of the Suzuki Strings program that teaches violins. Her and her husband are still building a house in Angel Fire. And so I get to see, she still teaches my son violin and love to get the updates on her house out there. And that place is beautiful. I don't know if there's mountains that aren't beautiful, but
Right.
Angel Fire is pretty awesome. Nice and quiet, great family place. So I'm jealous that you got to spend some time there.
That was pretty fun.
Okay, guys, so let's do this. What's the biggest challenge? You two guys, same question. Biggest challenge as you start taking over a program as a first-year head coach. But what about this? What about biggest challenge for 10 years into a program? Coach Peterson, we'll start with you. So biggest challenge taking over and starting a program.
I think our biggest challenge this year has been quantity. We started it with 11 on the first day of 2-a-days, and we've had to, grow the program from the beginning of the year, and we have. So, quantity versus quality, and as far as quality goes, we're working on progression. We're working on progression as first game of the season to the last.
Great. Getting better every time you take the court.
Every time.
Love
every
it.
time.
Coach Gravitt, what about you? What's been the biggest challenge?
For me, it's been creating a new culture.
Okay.
Trying to develop a culture that I want to be a part of and that they want to be a part of.
So when you say we're going to, you hear the word culture a lot in athletics, but define the culture you're trying to build. What is the Wichita Falls High School volleyball culture going to be when you've been there for 2 or 3 or 4 years?
I would like it to be a family, a resilient family that plays together, plays for each other, tons of energy, and just loves being together and playing.
Great. All right, Coach Hump, 10-year anniversary. You've been there 10 years. How do you, well, first let's answer, what's the biggest challenge after 10 years?
I think it's maintenance. Like, you can't forget your purpose. You can't forget your why. You can't get complacent. So I think, like, once you've established that culture that you guys are doing and doing a phenomenal job at, it's just maintaining that culture and making sure that, because each year you filter out new kids by graduation. Not that you want them to leave, but they do go and they grow. But you got to rebirth your culture every year and keep it alive and keep it going. Because if you forget, all of a sudden something does slip and you realize your expectation is this, but you maybe didn't communicate it well enough because you've been there 10 years. And you just have to keep it going and keep it alive and make sure your coaching staff is on the same page as you and so on.
I love it. So last question of the show, and this goes with the culture. Every team that I coach, and I think every team, regardless of the sport, develops its own personality. You can have back-to-back state championship teams, but like you said, seniors graduate and there's a new personality. Tell me about this year's personality that you've seen so far. We'll start on this end of the table this time.
This year's personality. I think we have the want and the purpose. I hold 17 on my varsity, which is pretty big, but each girl just has that want and that drive. And every day I make them write down what is their want for the practice. And we're senior heavy, we have 9. So they're so eager and they just have the want and they're hungry. And like you said, each season has its own shelf life and you have to just let it ride as long as you can and find its personality and make it work for that season. So we have the want.
Coach Gravitt?
We have a motto and for our season, and it's win the day. And so they've kind of taken on the personality of they're going to win the day at practice. They're going to do whatever our goal is at practice. They're going to make sure that that's what we're doing.
That.
Yes, and so that's kind of been our personality, is that we go and strive for whatever our goal is that day or whatever we've set forth. We're going to win the day by going and tackling that goal, that issue or whatever, that rotation or that set, whatever it may be. We're going to go out there and win the day.
Cool. Coach, What about Hershey? Personality.
Personality, and that's easy. Competitive. All of our girls are very competitive, and sometimes against each other, and that can hurt us a little bit. But they're definitely taking on roles, especially our seniors, to be coaching everybody on the team too, to be helpful and kind of form that competitive personality as a team, so that we can all, not be one-on-one instead, and be a team that goes and competes.
Awesome. Well, coaches, thank you so much. We'll have you back in a couple weeks, but we'll have you bring a couple of players with you, and we'll just zero in on the kids and talk with them and get an update on district out to our thousands and thousands of viewers as our popularity grows in town. Hey, leave me with this, because if you go to a volleyball game, you see some pretty cool cheers. It's kind of like, so give the fans your best volleyball cheer as we leave.
Like the most tackiest or the best one?
Your choice. Dealer's choice.
Well,
I'm out. I don't know them.
Family show.
Our new one
No,
this
not
year,
tacky like that. I mean, like,
this isn't really a cheer, but our new one this year is when our girls get a kill, the crowd howls.
hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that's what I would do. Is,
Come on. You two got something. You got to have something that
The other team gets it out of bounds. We have one girl that say, "Girl, where'd that ball go? Out, 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 out."
Yes.
There you go. All right, come on.
We this year we did, each kid has something different. So I think the best one to watch is when Sadie Portman gets a kill, Lexi Carter gets up and she shoots the whole bench. She goes, and they die on the bench. So that's pretty fun.
Awesome.
It's a good thing there aren't celebration penalties in volleyball. So,
Yeah, it'd be a little bit of
Awesome.
taunting sometimes.
Yeah.
guys, thank y'all so much for coming out and doing this. We all appreciate it. Can't wait to see you guys on the court in district play. All right.
Thank you.
Cue the music, Chad. We're done.